Yo, hey guys, what's poppin'? It's Jacques Slade back with another unboxing. And if you've followed this channel for any amount of time, you know how I feel about the Air Force One. It is one of the most iconic, I feel like representative of sneaker culture shoes that is out there. Now, despite all of that, it's not one of my favorite shoes. I don't have a lot of white on whites. When everyone was wearing the white on white Air Force Ones, I only had one pair. To me, the shoe is big. It's a little bulky, but I do understand what it represents. For those that don't know, the shoe was launched as a basketball shoe. It was originally just a high top shoe. The low top shoe actually didn't come along, I believe, till like 8 years later or something like that. Like in 1990, the first shoe was legitimately basketball. They played basketball in it. It was a high top. And for me, the shoe represents a moment in time, and it's very New York to me. I am a California kid. I was born and raised in California. So the appeal of the Air Force One didn't really get big until it got really big in hip hop, like with Nelly and Jay-Z and all those guys when they were really talking about the shoe. But even then, it still didn't transcend to the West Coast like it did on the East Coast. The weather here in California is obviously a lot better than it is in New York, so we don't have the cold days where we would need something like the Air Force One to kind of fight through the snow and the bad weather and things like that. So for me, it never really appealed to me in a very strong way. I do like the shoe. I like the lunar version of the Air Force One more than I like the air version of the Air Force One, if that makes any sense. I just like the way that lunar looks, that lunar midsole. I think it looks better to me. But then the actual Air Force One version of the shoe, although I do love it when it has a gum outsole. So I'm a little confused when it comes to the Air Force One. Either way, I understand the shoe. I understand what it represents and the meaning behind the shoe, what it means to sneaker culture. It's an excellent essay in how sneaker brands and sneaker companies can market to a specific community and have that community grow a shoe in a grassroots effort. From what I understand, and I could be wrong about this, the Air Force One was really only marketed in the urban communities. It wasn't a shoe that was marketed in other places, and it was the urban community, the urban customer, that really helped grow the shoe and make the shoe popular. The shoe wasn't originally just a New York shoe. I know everyone knows it now because of New York, but the shoe actually really got its roots in Baltimore. Baltimore was the place that really kept the love and the energy behind the Air Force One alive, and it grew from there into New York, and from New York it spread to the rest of the country, to the Midwest, obviously with Nelly, and then coming out here to the West Coast where you see it on people sometimes, but most of the times it's not the shoe of choice. Anyway, I say all of that because I found an Air Force One shoe that I really like. I saw it online and I wanted to get my hands on it, and I was lucky enough that Nike actually sent me a pair of them, and that's what this unboxing is all about. So big shout out to Nike. Let's get the unboxing popping, but just wanted to give you a little info about the Air Force One because it's a really important shoe when it comes to the sneaker world, especially Nike. It's always on the shelves, it's always around, and it's a shoe that if you don't know what other sneaker to get in the sneaker world, you can always get yourself a pair of Air Force Ones, and everyone will kind of be like, oh, okay, Air Force Ones, I get it. You appreciate sneakers. So that's kind of my spiel there. It's a universal shoe created by Bruce Kilgore, same guy that created the Air Jordan 1. So it has a little bit of history there. It's a shoe that represents a very specific moment in the sneaker world. Anyway, so let's get this unboxing popping so you guys can take a look at the shoe that I'm talking about. I really think you're going to like it, and I think it's going to be a big deal. Also, this year is the 35th anniversary of the Air Force One, so expect to see a lot of that shoe in the next couple of months, the next 6 months, the next 9 months. That shoe is definitely going to be coming out in a lot of different form factors, a lot of different shapes, and a lot of different materials. So if you are a fan of the Air Force One, like my man Afro Kicks here in Los Angeles, then you're gonna love what's gonna happen in the next year or so. So let's check out this unboxing. All right, here we go. So all black box. Now the Air Force One has changed over time, and this is the 07 version of the shoe. This is the low, which again was not an original Air Force One. The Air Force One started as a high and eventually became a low. So this pair is actually a collaboration for Latino Heritage Month, and even just looking at this, you probably already know which colorway this is. Just the bag that it came with is super sick. So this is obviously a cheetah print or Jaguar print. And then you can see the back here with this sick drawing by Sainer. Now, Sainer is an artist in Mexico. He's a graphic artist, graphic designer, and he does murals and things like that. And as you can see, this is one of the designs that he created. He has an affinity for like Mexican culture and their history and like mysticism and masks and skulls and bones and stuff like that. And you can see a lot of that in the artwork that he put together for this mule right here on this bag. Like, I don't even want to use this bag for anything. I kind of want to keep this as is. Anyway, so let's get into the kicks and see what they have here. Put this aside. So the kicks in the box, something very subtle here is actually the tissue paper has prints of like a jaguar or cheetah on the paper, which is a very nice touch. I don't know if you guys can see that. I'll make sure to get you guys some close-ups of that so you can see it. And then this is the shoe, just very, very beautiful. Now, Sainer has been doing some incredible work over the years. I know he's worked with a bunch of different brands, and to see him finally get his work here on the Air Force One is really dope and a great way to celebrate Latino Heritage Month, especially from a sneaker perspective. So this is just the regular Air Force One, but they have faux cheetah Jaguar print. The shoe is inspired by the Jaguars of Mexican heritage, and you can see they have like almost like the pony hair sort of print there, and it's really, really nice. Very, very nice touch. We're going with the colors of black and red, and inside it's Nike Los Primeros. The Nike name and swoosh stripe are your guarantee of quality. So Los Primeros, I don't know what that means because I don't speak Spanish. Some of the details on here, if you see right there, very, very small at the tip of the eyelets, it has Sainer's logo right there. Now, these actually sold out. Now, it's not very often that an Air Force One sells out these days, but this is just a very unique and a very special model. Again, celebrating Latino Heritage Month, and Nike did a great job putting this colorway together. Big shout out to Sainer for making this work the way that it does. I really love the colors, I love the way it pops. And then, as I told you before, has an affinity for like skulls and for bones and things like that. And you can see that expressed right here on the heel with this face that he has with the fangs and the mouth, and it's in this like this pinkish colorway. I really just love the way that these look. Now, I'm gonna be totally 100 with you guys. I doubt I ever actually wear these anywhere. I just think this is one of those shoes that I just want to have in my collection and that I just want to hold on to, because I just honestly, I don't want to mess it up. I think that the work on here, the detailing on here is really just beautiful. And in order to keep it that way and to keep it looking nice and keep it looking clean, that I'll leave these just the way they are. Maybe I'll wear them at a special occasion or something like that. Maybe I'll wear them to a sneaker event. Maybe just one or two times, but otherwise, I'm definitely going to keep these on ice and just something that I can have in my closet, just because I think it's a special shoe. It represents a special moment, and the artist Sainer, I really love his work. I had an opportunity to look him up before I did this unboxing and saw some of the work that he does, and it's just crazy. Just really, really incredible work that the guy's doing. And I appreciate art. As a creator myself, I appreciate seeing that sort of art. Anyway, so hope you guys enjoy. This is an unboxing of the Master Jaguar. That's the official name of this colorway, Air Force 107 for Latino Heritage Month. Big shout out to Sainer. The Jaguar detailings are just incredible. I just really love the way that he put this together. It's in my eyes a very, very beautiful shoe, and the fact that he's able to do it for Latino Heritage Month, and the fact that Nike went beyond and reached out to someone that's part of that culture to help celebrate that month is amazing to me. So big shout out to Nike, big shout out to the Nike Sportswear team, big shout out to the Air Force One team, and again, big shout out to Sainer for your incredible work and your incredible designs. I am a fan now. I wasn't a fan before. I didn't know about him before. I'll be totally 100 about that. But now that I do know about him and I have seen his work, I'm definitely inspired by it, and I appreciate the work that he's done and the creative process that he put together to put this shoe together. All right, then, with that being said, guys, as always, I am Jacques Slade. I appreciate you. Make sure you stay tuned because I have a few things I think you're really going to love in the next couple of days. With that being said, I'm out here. Y'all be cool. Peace.